4080. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady.
Because you have things like, when I listen to it, one of my favorite R&B albums would be Tony Braxton's first album. When you have How Many Ways, it's one of my favorite records, right? It's not a big hit, but it speaks for itself.
Nice.
Speaks for itself, right? It's not a, I just gave that as an example, right? She had her Another Sad Love songs and what is it, You Mean the World to Me and stuff like that. But then the whole album, like, I just feel R&B, man. R&B is taking, it has to, I feel like I hate to be that guy without discrediting, right? I just feel the same way hip hop is microwave. I feel like there's been a little bit of microwavable hot pocketness to R&B, and even with the talented, right?
That's not the
And even because I don't want to take away from their talent, so I want to make sure that I say that they're talented.
That's no different. That's no different than I'll use it. I like using old examples. I like your current examples because it gives like historical content back and forth. That's like saying like the DeBarge family is not talented. The DeBarge family is probably one of the top 5 talented families in the history of R&B from top to bottom.
Right.
Has nothing to do with the fact of how many hit records they made. Okay,
Right.
DeBarge made hit records. Switch, something different.
And
No, I mean they made a couple, but they weren't what DeBarge did. But so nothing.
and
ever
respectively,
so nothing ever
they're
takes away from
doing
talent.
numbers like streaming.
Yeah, I mean,
they
nothing-
can go sell out a show tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I don't know about arena, but they're gonna go sell out a show tomorrow. It doesn't matter. They're gonna tour. SZA and Ari Lennox. Not a big arena, but they're gonna sell out their shows, and they're given arena size, right? They're medium size venues. I said not arena, right? So they're doing numbers. They're comfortable. They're not doing Beyonce. My lineage is good for the rest of my life numbers, but a couple generations were good numbers.
So let's do this. Let's do this
Right.
to explore your point. And I want to take it back to Tally's point about Alessia Carver, right? To start Camp label, right? Now, the Camp made the records. He made all the records. There was one switch played by the A&R where he remixed the first single. And that launched it into the stratosphere because it was such an ill record. However, here's the label part. When Steve Bartles realized that his main international priorities pushed their albums back, i.e., in the same year, in the same period, Kanye pushed his album back. Rihanna pushed her album back.
Bieber.
I think Bieber pushed his album back. And it left Def Jam with no international priorities.
And we're talking about artists that have international presence of significance. Right?
Steve Bartles decided that
We gonna run with this.
that is the international priority. And when the head of the label says that an artist is the international priority,
You have no choice.
that means that everybody...
It means resources. It means the resources are available in abundance rather than saying, can we spend this? No, we're spending it. 2 different conversations.
So the label put in a stake because you don't always get that level of support. In fact, it's very rare. And the moon and the stars aligned in such a way that the record, when they say preparation
meets opportunity, you get lucky.
Success,
And that
right?
makes sense.
And there you have it. The records were there.
Right.
That job had been done.
Which-
and then the label decides it's international priority because the international priorities push their records back.
So let me add one
I have a
small
question.
let me add one small piece to that, right? You said the key phrase about labels. International priority. I am 1,000% sure that when the Camp was making the records, they were not thinking international priorities.
Fact.
They were I'm making records for me, my peoples, close by states. I'm not thinking about, and watch when I say this, I'm not thinking about what they'll think in Korea about my record. Not Europe.
So I got a question. Who's SZA's major?
SZA's major. So she signed to TDE. TDE has their
Interscope?
imprint on
Interscope, I want to
Right.
say.
Now who's Summer Walker's? I know it's LVRN. That's her camp. And then who's her major?
Somebody has to let us know that. That's a world that I used to live in.
Yeah, I don't know everybody.
And once everybody got independent, I stopped living there.
Since I lost track of the physical CDs and stuff, I kind of struggle with labels.
Well, but here's the so
let's take it camp for camp.
Yes,
Let's
that's
start
because
breaking down the
because
camp.
because so now my point earlier about me giving context to your statements, so it has legs. This is where the legs come in.
All right, so now what I wanted to ask was, so LVRN, right? Summer Walker's the biggest artist on LVRN. LVRN has Black, they have West Side Boogie, they got who else they got over there? They got they're kind of deep over there. They're more, but they're very niche. She's the biggest one.
That can be said about TDE as well.
What?
TDE has a R&B singer. Everyone else is rappers.
Rappers, right?
Right.
In theory,
Kendrick, Schoolboy,
Schoolboy Q,
J Rock,
Reason,
right? Reason,
everybody.
So
A whole bunch of spitters.
but what I
so both niche.
Yeah.
so what I will say, okay, and I know it sounds redundant, but no matter what artist you pick, no matter what camp you pick, I can promise you, you will trace it back to a record that will separate them from whatever camp, label, niche it is from. What separates TDE from everybody else are records that Kendrick Lamar made that are big records. So now TDE ain't this anymore. TDD is this. It's not Kendrick Lamar being on the aftermath freestyle on the BET Awards. Now TDE has their own section in the BET Awards when they do freestyles.
Right.
Yeah,
Grew its own
because
legs.
because and before, I'm literally saying what happened. Literally before, Kendrick Lamar was on the aftermath part, where it was it Eminem, right, and a couple other guys. Then there's a TDD one all of a sudden because of the records that Kendrick makes. So we can always have great philosophical debates about camps and labels, but I promise you that until Giveon made I Only Want You, he was niche too. He made that record.
Or
He
Heartbreak,
no,
Heartbreak
it's
Anniversary.
that's the record.
What's the
Like
record?
I Want You is the record.
It is?
Like I Want You is the Giveon record.
I don't want to start an argument.
No, it's not. No. Watch me. Again, I'm gonna give you context. Okay, your point about aha moments when records become hit records. Okay, ready, Lou Savage?
Go.
I knew there were a whole bunch of R&B singers that were all doing double time, triple time flows on their hooks and on their choruses, basically being rapping R&B artists. I heard Like I Want You, and I said, who's that voice? And I said, who's that hook? He separated himself. And that's the record that became, and I think I'll say this nice. Hopefully I'm saying this the right way. That became the record where if we had 20 people in this room, that'd be the one record everybody recognizes.
So what's just actually
One record. You can see there's other records. I'm saying the one record. The one record. I'll even go further.
disagree,
The
man.
one record. I'm saying what it is. The one record
But that's
that
not what
the
it
one record. Quan.
You can check the numbers.
Quan.
Right.
Do me a favor, young sir.
Yeah.
Stop thinking that each one of my statements is an antagonistic, not agreeing
No.
with your statement. I'm
legitimately not agreeing with you.
I'm giving you input. Okay, but I'm getting.
That's all I was saying. I'm legitimately saying that that's not the record.
I'm literally telling you that.
Let me give you perspective.
Okay, wait. I want to answer Quan's questions with Quan's statements. Okay, if you do the numbers, that's the record. If you go to Lou's mother and say, "Have you heard this song?" she'll say yes. That's why it's the record. Your point against you, and the reason why Lou's smiling, he's like, "That's exactly correct.
But
That's exactly correct."
Heartbreak Anniversary
Go ahead.
is literally his biggest, most recognizable.
It's literally
Record.
wrong. And I'm doing you. I'm literally disagreeing with you.
Nah, look.
Now, we can check,
All
we
right,
can check
let's
the numbers
check.
on it.
No, let's
But-
check right now.
but
Let's
how
check.
about this? How about this? Because I'm not disagreeing with Tally, but I am not agreeing with the method how he gets there, so to speak. Because you don't get to Heartbreak Anniversary if you don't get this record.
Right, that's the one that.
Because that other record that Tally's talking about,
Like I Want You.
puts it in the same example that I gave you about Alessia.
It shines the light.
It puts more of the resources at play.
It shines the light.
Right.
So you might not get to Heartbreak Anniversary, right?
And-
And it's widespread appeal, right? Because remember, for every channel, right, that these songs are getting played in, there is a support team that's working the channel. So Rhythmic Radio, that's a channel. Urban AC is a channel. R&B is a channel, right? So if you don't get a record, if you don't get the record that says, hey, this is the seed, and then someone at the label goes, oh shit, we need to get him everywhere. So now when he puts the record out, he's going to visit Spotify's offices, he's going
Which
to
he
visit,
did, which he got because he made Like I Want You. When I talk about bigger records, I never ever, here is the label part of me. Here is the A&R part of me. Here is the I made the records part of me. Okay? If you don't, the biggest record in Wu-Tang history may be whatever you name it. The best record in Wu-Tang history is one of two records. It's either Protect Your Neck or Method Man. Because you don't get anywhere else on planet Earth with what Wu-Tang is doing without those two records. Yes, there have bigger records once the budgets came in, once the success came in. But when you look at career moments, the biggest record in Big Daddy Kane's career is Raw. Period. Doesn't matter what the other records sold, because you don't get to any of that other stuff without Raw. And that's what I'm saying about Giveon. So yes, the bigger records are there, but you don't get there without the birthing of the record. And if you go to their tour and you go to their concert, which is my period on my sentence, you could play 10 Big Daddy Kane records. You play Raw, it's over. You could go to a DMX concert that has 1,000 bigger records. You can, okay, best example, then I'll be done. You could say, Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind is the biggest record in DMX's career. The best record in DMX's career is Where My Dog's At. Because once you play that record, they say, this is why we are here. This is why we are here. We're not here for that. We're here for this. This is what we love about you. And that's the small point I'm making about Giveon. I'm sorry I've been over it in 4 different directions.
So you know what you said about the 3 rights and the left and all, and 1 left and all that. Either way you cut it, right? All right, I ain't gonna do it.
it's over.
Right, it's functioning.
Heartbreak Anniversary is Where My Dog's At.
I'm going to look at...
For the world.
For
the
Here's
world.
what I'm going to do.
I'm not saying it's the most important record.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's
Here's
the
what I'm
record
doing. Here's
for
what I'm
the
doing. I'm going
world.
here.
That's
I'm going
the
here.
one.
I'm
That's
going
Cream.
here. No, I'm going here. You first of all, you proved my point by saying Cream. That's number one, because you went past the records that got them there.
That's important are two different things. Protect your neck.
So here's where I'm going with this.
Right.
Okay. People who are watching this podcast, once we upload it, please do me a favor. In the comment section, pick one. Like I Want You, or
Heartbreak Anniversary.
and we will come back here maybe a month's time and watch this, Lou. I'm using the Quan example, and we'll let the numbers tell us
Right.
which one
That's
is
a
which.
fact. But can
and
we-
when that happens,
Wait.
I look forward
But
to
this
just going like the bullies on The Simpsons.
No. No, wait, you're not gonna manipulate the
I'm not manipulating.
topic.
I'm not.
No. Because this is what I want y'all to answer.
Oh, so now, okay, you're defining the parameters now.
Which song is more synonymous with that man. It's Heartbreak Anniversary.
So now
That's the reason I hear it every time I turn the car on. That's the song that I hear in the truck stop. That's the song I hear in BJ's. That's the song I hear in Target.
So now I'm gonna say
that's
respectfully.
the one that I hear everywhere I go.
So now what I'm gonna say respectfully.
For no reason.
Now what I'm gonna say respectfully. Okay.
Yeah.
And when we watch this back, I want you to do this for you.
It's a household
I want you to do this for you.
I'm
I want you to do this for you. I want you to do this for you. I want you to do this for you. When this topic comes up, I want you to pay attention to how many interpretations you decided what was important.
It's a household song.
We've said household song. We've said most important song. We've said most successful song. We've said a lot of different things. We put a lot of parameters around this to kind of get our point proven. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just sitting back and saying, what are we calling it? Are we calling it like is it the best tasting cake? Is it the most effective made cake? Is it the most popular cake? Like which one is it? Because you're throwing me off here a little bit.
Let me tell you.
All right,
Let me tell you.
Right now.
All right, I'm gonna define it right now. I'm gonna define it right
Let's
now.
mutually decide what the definition
All right,
is.
let me make a
because when we
point.
go in one direction,
All
we
right.
tend to make a little bit of a turn. Is that a
All
fair
right,
statement,
let me
Lou?
make a point. This is what we talk about when we talk about all right, Jay-Z, right?
Okay.
Hard Knock Life, the song, right? Was it, right?
Tough conversation because he has so much of a catalog and can go in a lot of
No,
different
I'm
directions.
saying, was that the pivotal point?
Say it.
Pivotal point in his career.
No,
Nope.
What was it?
ain't no nigga.
Yes.
See, it may be because
No.
you're young and not outside.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking.
So
ain't
wait,
no
wait,
nigga.
wait,
No,
wait,
all right.
wait.
I know what Ain't No Nigga did in New York.
So hold
It
on,
did
hold on,
for
hold
his career. I know what it did.
Hold on, let me
But Hard Knock Life was what made him a household name. Yes or no?
It is his pop record.
That's his pop.
Okay.
Now,
That is Heartbreak
So now-
Anniversary. You can't get away from the song.
So
I don't even know the first song.
So first of all, that's amazing to me that you said that. Second of all, we're now arriving at his point. Okay, the point is, what is the hit that the world knows? If it's the hit, okay, but I'm helping you because you went 4 different directions about the definition of what the biggest record is. Okay, we talked about biggest record, we talked about important records. So if your point is what is their most successful record that made him a household name, what is the it record? Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's why I said
Okay.
it was
So
original.
wait, Lou, watch this, Lou, watch this, Lou. You good now? You got one? You good?
Mm-hmm.
You good? You okay?
I'm good.
You okay? All right.
I'm great.
Woof. That was tough. Okay. What else we got on the agenda, young king?
All right. With that being said, let's talk Brandon.
No, let's skip Brandon and go to the other topic that makes us happy. So we'll go into that one.
All right.
Because Brandon, we can come back to it there. Because we kind of talked a lot about Brandon. We talked about what labels do, what staff does. TDE's a brand. We talked a lot about that.
All right.
But this is good. This was good. This is a good place to.
This
to
is a
kinda get
funny
there.
one though. You're gonna like this one, Lou.
Is Lou gonna get in this one?
Yeah, get him in there.
Okay.
So my question is, right?
He got one. Lou, he's good.
What's a record? Give me
A
two
couple.
records specifically that you thought when you heard it the first time, you were like, oh, that's gonna go. That's the one. That's the one. That's gonna be a big hit.
Yeah.
That's gonna change the music trajectory for the year.
Trajectory.
This is gonna be it.
Uh-huh.
Give me, but wasn't at all.
But it didn't.
Still a good song, but it wasn't what you thought it was gonna be when you first heard it.
How about we go around? We name one apiece and then go around 2 times.
All right, who first?
I can go first. This is one
Yeah.
that pops in my head immediately.
Yeah,
I thought that Number One by Pharrell with Kanye on the hook.
number one,
I thought it was going to be a monster of a record.
and it was big, but you thought it was gonna be.
No, with Kanye, so
Right,
you
right,
don't
right.
get on MySpace. I said, we're there. I said, we're there. This is good.
Thought that was it.
He said, and now I'm Jazzy Jeff, and your friends like I'm Jazzy Jeff. I was like, woo! And Kanye rapping
Song
too.
was fire. That
I
song
thought
was
that
fire.
song was going to be it.
That song was fire.
And Pharrell was at the peak of his production day, and that record went double okay.
It worked on 106. It worked on 106.
It went double okay.
It worked on TRL heavy.
Double okay.
Was he always Lou? Or you got Lou go?
Shaka Khan's disrespectful.
Woof.
You thought it was gonna be
I
like
thought that was gonna be a monster.
I thought it was gonna be like
her biggest.
No.
I thought that was officially
a
the
comeback
reemergence.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was gonna be.
You thought that was gonna go.
Yeah, I did.
That's a big record. You need to listen to that.
Last Train. I'm gonna take it to Last Train to Paris.
Good. Okay.
I thought Looking for Someone to Love Me was gonna go crazy.
Ooh.
I thought the one with the original version when it came out, it's called a naked version now or whatever. Went with Mary instead of the sample
Mm-hmm.
and Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was gonna be the biggest song 10 years ago, whenever that was, 09, 2010. I thought that was gonna be astronomical, and I thought Diddy was gonna come back and save music and crazy. It didn't work. It didn't work.
He said
It was a good song. It had 10 million views on YouTube, this and that, but hey, it wasn't what I thought it was
they
gonna
had the
be.
numbers.
Yeah, it had the numbers. It had the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
It's another one. Round 2.
Oh, I got a good one.
Stop.
I got a real good one. And the record was commercial as F too. But the world said, nah, we don't want that
Like,
from
nah,
you,
we
homie. The world said, we don't want that from you. You ready?
What?
Sunshine, Jay-Z,
Oh yeah.
with Babyface on the hook.
Yeah. It had every
It had every element
part.
it needed to be a record.
Every single
The
element.
commercial hook, the right hip hop beat underneath it.
Everything.
Jay was riding that beat
Everything.
properly. We had Foxy on the record with Jay and Fox was Baby Bonnie and Clyde.
Everything.
And radio said, "I am sorry, sir. We do not want that from you."
You think because it
At
was
all.
him?
Look. At the place he was in his career, all the things that we're debating were in place.
Yeah.
Right crew, right label.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
Right
still
team,
don't know why.
everything was in place. And when the record dropped, I remember label industry wise, we were like, "Oh, he's there." We was like, "This is an absolute great first single." And the Beast, that was a primo record too, if I remember.
One in a million.
So he had exactly what he needed.
Boom, boom.
And radio said, "Sorry, sir. We would like something else from you, sir."
And you know
Sorry.
what's crazy? The Black Sheep record did exactly the same thing. It had the same effect. Like,
Which is the Black Sheep record?
you mean
Oh, that record, I did not like it all. I didn't like that at all.
You can put the
You belong to the city.
Yeah.
I didn't like that record at all.
You know?
I got the formula, but that formula didn't work. The
didn't
Sunshine formula worked.
Sounded better and you thought it was
Sonically, the whole thing, visually, the video, and they
Fire.
rolled that thing out like, we are good.
What you got, Lou?
All right, your turn. What's your next one, Lou?
What's the next one?
Sunshine was a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good call, right?
Yeah.
A. Marie's Why Are You?
Why are you?
With the
That's the same one.
the ultramagnetic drum loop.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the same album as Talking to Me and all that, right? First album?
No, second album.
Just the one with
Third
One
album, yeah.
Thing and all that?
This is the album. This is the first album she did after she left Columbia to go to Def Jam.
Yes.
Wow.
That's Max. Max Goose did that album, bro.
Right.
Shout out to Max.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought that was going to go? Thought it was...
Max, I love you.
I thought that was
And we're very good friends, and I love you forever. But you remember I asked you when you played me the album, I said this question out loud. Where's Rich Harrison?
They talking really
But
savvy
we-
right
but
now.
We knew, we knew that the whole Rich Harrison thing fell apart when he gave Beyonce Crazy in Love.
Well, actually, sorry, story time. He did not give Beyonce
He
Crazy
gave
in Love.
Jay-Z
He gave Jay-Z
Wait, did he do
Crazy in
one
Love.
thing? Did this guy...
Rich Harrison did do one thing.
Okay.
do one thing.
It sounded
and
like...
then he gave Tony Braxton
Take
What?
this ring.
this ring.
Well,
Oh.
well, he was getting... See, okay.
The checks were crazy.
This is just so unfair to one of the unsung singers and dancers of the 90s in A. Marie. Okay, because A. Marie is absolute talent walking in the room. Right? You look at the One Thing video, I dare any woman to put on 3 to 4 inch heels and dance like her.
Facts.
I'll just say that as an example. But One Thing, remember, was from the movie Hitch. And because
That was part of
Columbia
it.
didn't believe in the song, so they put it on the Hitch soundtrack, which is the Will Smith movie, because Will Smith was signed to Columbia.
Went crazy.
And then the record took off, and they said, "Oh, we got something here." But what happened is that when A. Marie came in, and it's just a problem when you think about it, hindsight being 2020. When you think about Why Don't We Fall in Love, and you think about Talking to
What
Me,
a record, man.
which is one of my favorite records of all time. Talking to Me.
Fire, man.
Then you think about One Thing. You're talking about Rich Harrison in his
he did
comfort.
all of them?
Yes, in his comfort zone,
He did almost the
making
whole first album.
making
Dude's nasty.
making dynamic, great records of different types of styles.
They don't even sound
so.
alike.
So what's happening? Give you an example. In a DJ Mustard kind of way, is that everybody's saying, "I need him, I need him, I need him." He did J Lo's.
Right. I knew you were gonna say that.
Which
record.
was a record that Usher turned down, by the way, from
Really?
him.
I'm glad he did.
He did 2 songs. He did a record on Usher. So what happens, everybody's gravitating towards him. He's getting these insane checks. He's letting A. Marie know, I still got you. A. Marie's not feeling like she's getting got.
Right.
She feeling like all these records are going out the door
Right.
and not to where she needs to go. So that put a strain on their relationship, which is sad because Rich Harrison, for me, when you talk about producers, another one, a producer that if we're doing like, I won't say do a versus per se, but a producer that should still be working and making records on a significant basis, like with real artists, like you know, like how Rockwilder got on Christina Aguilera, okay, like Rich Harrison should be on an Ariana Grande album.
Rich Harrison.
Rich Harrison's that guy.
TDE should be hitting Rich up to get some joints.
Rich Harrison.
Rich Harrison on the system would be.
Get some joints.
I'm absolutely paying attention.
That'll
I'm
be
paying
fire.
attention.
Because that's what we miss in R&B, producers that can do things like that.
This is where I'm headed. So
That's what we
So
miss.
remember how you said label a camp?
Right.
That's a camp issue. See, because watch this. If we were SZA's camp
Yo,
and SZA was right here, this conversation would turn into a phone call.
right.
And we'd be reaching out to a Rich Harrison. So that speaks to camp. Sometimes camp, when I say this, I'm gonna look at Lou, is ego. Because they gotta do it all in-house, because they gotta get all the money.
And you know what's crazy?
Rather than recognizing, and I'll let you have it, they have to make the record.
But I think they're so busy creating, they're not drawing as much inspiration. I don't know if that's a fair statement.
I don't want to give.
I can't.
I don't know if that's a fair statement, but
It's not fair in the
because I don't know what they're doing.
That's a little bit of a cape.
I can't let them off the hook.
Yeah. it's a
No,
cape.
I'm not
It's a
saying
cape.
no. I'm not saying an excuse. I'm just saying what it is.
No, but I can't. But I can't let them off the hook because one of the points you said earlier is the reason why you can't let them off the hook.
because
If there is, again, I'm not debating, just
yeah,
using
I
your
agree.
words as far as why it makes more sense. If they're so damn talented, if they're so damn, they have an image and they have a style and they have a feel and they got a vibe. If they're all these things, then they need to be creatively in tune to go make the right record.
right.
And if they're not, I got a
Because
problem with that.
because I feel if Ari Lennox says get in the studio, right, or on the way to the studio, and you hear this talk, and you hear talking to me, or you happen to hear talking to me between albums, and as an R&B artist, you probably think like, yo, I used to love this song, right? What vibes does this bring me? Who did it? And you just do that multiple times across dozens of records, right? And then you're gonna start doing your research. Because I didn't know who this was, but I'm not an artist, right? I'm not an artist. So that's a very niche conversation. He is who he is.
But here's a
Right.
camp thing, right?
Right.
You say Ari Lennox.
Yeah.
Where in the camp is the conversation like, you know what?
Is it being had?
We should go find Raphael Sadiq and Questlove to do what they did for D'Angelo.
This you're walking right. So now this
Or
is the
even
so this is the
even
last
the Dream, or somebody like that.
Dream.
Even somebody like that.
Where we can't let the label off the hook either.
Well, that so now I
Because they should be. It's my
Because
money.
The A&R assigned to that project should be thinking, okay,
and
Yo, get back in the game,
and
man.
now
Stop it.
we have arrived at one of the core issues with the industry, whether you're independent on a major or not, because the people that suffer, I think that part of the game that suffers the most of us making great music is the the generational gap of recognizing greatness. So, for example, I'm gonna come backwards and forwards. Okay, there's no way in hell, and I'm gonna go back. There's no way in hell that Smokey Robinson can't write you a good song right now.
Lionel Richie.
There's no way in hell that Lionel Richie can write you a good song right now. There's no way in hell that Nile Rodgers can't produce you a great record right now. There's no way that Teddy Riley can't produce you a great record right now. There's no way, watch this, because this is what Ellie and Babyface did, that if you take any of the ballads of any of the artists you mentioned and give the acapella to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, you won't come back with a great ass ballad. Period. In the story.
But let me.
Not for nothing. That disrespectful record. When I first heard it, I thought it was Rich Harrison.
I thought it was Rich Harrison. Right. There
But
you
wait,
go.
but
So
wait.
now, so with that being the case, I'm just getting back to the point where you said get back in the game. Okay. These generations of A&R people and executives, not a criticism, because I was in the same boat. Because I'm picking producers. Watch this, Lou. I didn't call Davey DMX to come produce records, as though he's making all those smashes for Run DMC and Houdini and the Beastie Boys. I didn't give him a call. I could have. I should have. I can find him. Okay.
But look though,
I'm sorry. I'm saying David Smith. I'm sorry. I meant Larry Smith.
the times
Mm-hmm.
are different. Lifestyles are different. Social media dictates the temperature.
That's a
out
fair
here,
point.
right? So
a very fair point.
When you look at what's being talked about on Justin the Boy's page, Casfax page, whatever, what you see, what are they seeing all day when they're scrolling? They're not just listening to music now, and they're getting inspiration, drawing inspiration from unfortunately, from social media, from especially Twitter, Instagram. It's just it's a mind thing, which is an environment thing. So this is what they're around. And this is what they're drawing inspiration. So the writers of today are drawing inspiration from memes.
I'm gonna look you right in the face, and I'm gonna go. You are 1,000,000% correct.
And that's a
Yeah.
problem.
Absolutely right.
Here is the thing, though, right?
You just said what?
I wasn't gonna say the difference.
Thing to add to.
So I don't want to disagree with Quan. I don't want to make it feel like you beating up on me.
All right.
The music executive is supposed to be
Beyond above
better,
that, which is why he's in the chair.
which is why they're in the chair, right? There was a time when if you were an A&R before social media, right, you had to get up off of your ass and go into the city wherever you were from
And check the temperature.
and go to a club and go to a live performance for people who were new and say, holy shit, I just discovered something.
Track, beat, dancer, look, doesn't
Right.
matter.
Everything.
Right.
Now,
And even now, and I get it. It's kind of like some of the things that I see coming through my door for the studio is that, you know, they get their beats off of BeatStars and there's 100,000 producers and several million tracks. So how do you sift through it all, right?
You know,
But the whole thing is that at some point
you gotta sift through it all.
you
right.
still gotta sift.
And here's the gift and the curse
Uh,
to add to the sifting, right? The gift of the curse of everything being so easily handpicked. I feel like the pool is so, I won't say, it's probably the same amount of people trying to get on from back then, right? But it's just the access that you have to it. So you're not going to sift as detailed as you should. You're not going to go through all those emails, right?
Why not?
Or exactly. I'm saying it's a problem. They should, because that's their job, right? But I feel like it's so easy, and I don't want to make it seem like it's so simple, but it's so simple. It's
You just
literally
if you take your previous point or the previous point we discussed with LMA, Mustard in that time and space
still
could
was
have
able to
could have easily
missed it.
picked up one of his tricks from his Boston
Oh, right.
and applied it to LMA. and did not.
Right.
He went completely left. I don't know what the thought process was, but he went completely left, and that's why Mustard is Mustard, and he can sell his catalog for $100 million and say, "I'm gonna make more,"
Right. Right.
and I believe him.
So
But to your credit, you brought up two major points that are not even kind of valid. They're beyond valid, right? So good job, not good job there, just great catch, because that's part of what this is too. Putting us in a place where things that everybody see they need to see. So social media. So you know how we have our heated conversations, right? 20% of our heated conversations goes from here to here because the music's watered down.
Yeah.
We're not even fighting a battle that's worth fighting because they're not carrying them, so we're carrying it to debate it.
right.
Right. So if you ain't gonna sift through it, so I go back to simply say my problem with Summer Walker, I just want the goddamn record, okay? Because to your point, y'all have give a shit, okay? You're just looking up beats left and right. You're not sitting there like RZA trying to craft Ghostface's album so it sounds individual to him, but not like Raekwon or Method Man or Old Dirty Bastard. It's for Ghostface. And make the right records within that, and doing the sifting and digging and beat examination so that a debate of who's the better Wu-Tang Clan member is worth it. It's not even worth it to have this fight and battle. They don't give as much of a shit of us going back and forth. Me and you go back and forth. We went back and forth. I'll make a joke. We probably went back and forth more today
Than they did.
ever.
Then they did.
Ever in their camp. We'll just put it out. We'll just do another one. Let's do another one.
So Pete, man,
Stir fry.
let's just I got one more song because he did his second song.
Oh, you want to do
was-
yours? Oh, look at this one staying on the agenda.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? My last one to make it a little more current. I thought Nas Spicy was gonna go crazy last year. I thought it was gonna go nuts. Like, yo, we need this Nas with a right now hit in 2020 is gonna be big. But I don't know if that contributes to outside not being outside.
I'm giving you the credit you deserve, young man. You hit 3 Steph Curry threes just now with your last 3 points. That was magnificent.
Did y'all think that when you heard it?
Yes.
you, by the way.
Yes.
I also thought that the Lauryn Hill record.
I thought the Lauryn Hill
it was
record
gonna go
would
crazy.
be not a major radio hit, but the most viral thing you heard everywhere that was not above ground.
I think it's
because
telling.
her verse is very I never stop rhyming.
I think it's telling.
She did not like
of
she
the times.
tried to make that verse. She tried like she
Like she
came
walked in.
She walked in like pet.
It was good, y'all.
Pep.
Chilling.
And it's been that verse.
So now that we got that
I
out the
thought
way,
y'all forgot.
on the opposite end of the spectrum, what's something that you heard and was like, this is not gonna be. This is nothing. This is not gonna work.
It took off.
And it did exactly
like
what you
our
thought it
argument
wasn't
took
gonna
off.
do. Right. I got one.
All right, you started off.
When I first heard 2014 Forest Hill Drive, my favorite Cole album, I didn't think. Yeah, I'm critiquing.
Todd Cole.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm so
That would turn the lights off.
I'm so gonna let this breathe.
I
I'm gonna say
didn't,
nothing.
and I'll give you a reason.
Okay.
I didn't think Wet Dreams was gonna be the hit that it was going to, that it turned out to be. Why?
I'm gonna triple down on your point.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
think.
gonna triple down on your point.
No, peep game.
And I got a career.
Yeah.
I didn't think
I didn't.
was gonna take off, and it did.
It's cold.
And I'm done.
Oh man, look.
And I'm done. God bless him, St. John alum. I'm just saying what it is.
Nah, peep
but
game,
please,
peep game.
but please keep going, please. And I'm not going now. I just gave you my
I
answer.
think I didn't think it was gonna go like that. I mean, for that song it just stopped playing last year on the radio. We had 7 years straight of hearing Wet Dreams on Ebro in the morning,
Fair.
Breakfast Club,
No, you're fair.
everything. 6 years
Fair.
of it being a consistent hit over 4 albums past that.
When the next Cole record drops, it's coming back.
Now, and let me tell you why I didn't think it was gonna go. I didn't think it was gonna go because that's kind of the last storytelling hit that I've heard.
I'm going to add in because I want to go back to not laughing. I'm going to be respectful to the situation. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to give you my reason why
You
I didn't think J. Cole was going to take off.
Oh, okay, good.
But as he's done, God bless him. When, what's the song? What's the Beyonce record? What's the Beyonce record with Andre 3000?
Oh,
That J. Cole remix.
Party?
Because Andre, yes, when Beyonce made Party.
right.
And Andre 3000 was on Party.
Yeah,
And
violated.
Andre 3000, because he was making the Jimi Hendrix movie, would not be in the video. And they remixed it with J. Cole. I absolutely did a compare contrast. And I said the J. Cole verse is not the Andre verse. So at that point, maybe subconsciously,
You just always had that.
I may not have had the faith that he would be what he could be. And that's probably my first entree into why my thought process is such. I've arrived,
Now you say that, it makes
as
sense.
I told you, I arrived per his last album. Just like how you feel about Wale and Cole, right? I'm not there as far as where you are with them. Okay. But I have arrived at a better respectful place for both of them as artists and what they represent, based upon the things you've kind of said and mentioned. But I think subconsciously that's where my J. Cole introduction came into play. And I'm clearly saying that it wasn't because I thought that Andre had a better catalog. I just thought, like, word for word, what was being said. I was like, Andre did a much better job. So I think that's where that comes from. But again, all jokes aside, much respect to Wale and Cole for what you have mentioned, for them carving out their individual successful niche. That's not even so much niche anymore at this point in time. It's just respect for the artist. Lou, what you got as far as
Some you
somebody?
didn't think was gonna work.
I
song.
rectify. You'll see. I won't even say what I done. I'll just let you see it afterwards.
A track you didn't think was gonna go that went far.
Lil Nas X, Old Town Road.
Little Nas X, Old Town Road. I think we all could
man.
put that in as a do over.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I just you know what I didn't like. So like the J. Cole Andre thing. I don't like the fact it had Nas in his name. I stopped right there.
Yeah, it was
I was like,
weird,
what's in your
man.
name? One of the top 5 of all time. Or
And
whatever
X.
category it is.
And X.
Yeah, that's like what?
It's weird.
They should have jumped him.
That's what
On
he
some
was-
old hip hop shit.
But that's how you know he's a walking troll.
Nas's crew and Rough Rider should have jumped him
He's a walking
on some
troll.
old hip hop shit.
And every low, just cause.
Oh my god.
Just 'cause.
And every little.
Just 'cause.
If that means he'd be
From Kim to Wayne, just everybody.
He would beat to a pulp.
Yeah, he's out of here.
if every little beat him up, he'd be a blob of skin on the ground. Because there's like 100
What's
littles.
yours?
Little Fizz.
Exactly.
Light skin violence.
Exactly.
What's yours?
No, you mean like a real record?
That you
That was like, that was like, ugh. Okay. Because no, that's not a fair example.
give it.
No,
It's
because,
not
no, because
fair.
because
life ain't fair.
No, because it's just like for example, if you don't like country music, you know what I mean. You'll pick a record that you think is gonna be a big country record, but that's not fair to country music because it's its own genre unto its own. So I'm trying to think of a record that I was like, let me see. Somebody hit me in a minute. Hit me in a minute.
Actually, yeah.
I don't know. I'm a good A&R guy. I hear stuff. I like it. It works. You gotta come back to me.
I'm gonna get my last one.
Oh, I got one. I have one that I really like. I said this should go.
Stop.
Thief's Theme by Nas.
No, we doing the reverse.
Oh.
That
what?
you didn't like.
Yeah, I love Thief's Theme. Sorry.
No, it's not about like. It's just you
No, but
heard
it's
it
just
and didn't think that it was gonna go do what it
No,
did.
but we did the first half. I did the first half again. I added a 5th song to the first part. I didn't add a record I did not like at all. And I was like, this record's big?
Oh, you're saying Thief's Theme was that?
Thief's Theme was the opposite. Like, I thought it was going to be big, and it wasn't big.
Oh, okay.
I thought Thief's was going to be big. Yeah, I thought these were gonna be big.
It was hard.
Because
It's
I
hard.
watched this. Shout out to Lenny Nicholson because he was on his A game, reviving Nas records without being in the old crew. Like he if I remember correctly, Lenny, you have to help me. I think Lenny is the one that got Nas with Salam Remy, and that's where those records started coming from there. I think that was Lenny.
From track, when they got
Yeah,
from track
I think that was Lenny that did that because Lenny did Salam did Made You Look.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I tell you a record I didn't think was gonna make it, and I was 1,000% wrong. Oh my god, I'm gonna make myself look crazy on TV, and I have a connection to the record too. Killing Me Softly.
Really?
I was like, man, you stole 2 loops.
When you heard it, you was like,
I was like, you stole 2 loops. You stole Tribe Called Quest. You doing Roberta Flack over. What the fuck is that?
Fire. Fire.
I was beyond wrong about that.
Fire.
Now my logic makes 1,000% sense. I'm gonna say it again. You stole Tribe Called Quest.
2 loops.
You're doing Roberta Flack like.
I could see that.
Any other artist starts their Summer Walker starts that process. You say stop right now. You're not doing that. You're not looping.
Benita Applebum.
Yeah, right. Let's do another good beat. You're not looping Rump Shaker.
And put Tony
and
Braxton.
you gonna sing How Many Ways over it, and you gonna have a hit record.
Yeah,
That's basically that's what the thought process is.
Yeah. Wyclef is nuts, man.
Literally. No, I'm saying it works. So that's one. If I say the formula, like, yeah, that doesn't make sense, but that works. So I definitely was like, and I was like, and I remember saying they gonna get sued.
Yo, y'all could call me crazy.
So that's one for me. That's a big one too.
Y'all could call me crazy. Because this is what did it for this person.
Oh, I got another one.
I didn't
too.
think anything of Bodak Yellow.
I love how he keeps us rounded with the songs that he
Anything
chooses. That's great stuff.
of
man.
Bodak. Nothing. I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
Bodak Yellow. Yeah, that's true. That's true too.
I was like,
that's
what?
true too.
Okay.
I was there like, this is all over the place. The hell
type
is going on with this
trash.
one? I got
But
one
that
more.
was part of the reason that it was big, I guess, because it was all over the place.
I got one more, Lou. If you're not
What's
ready.
that? What's that?
This record, I fucking despised. I despised this record.
I know what he's
Uh-oh.
I know what he's getting ready to say too.
Wait.
Despised.
I think we spoke about this, but go ahead.
Pony.
Yeah,
Fucking
we
Genuine.
spoke about that. We spoke about that. We spoke about that.
Pony.
You was like, what the hell is this? And then,
I thought you was gonna say a Fab record.
oh, that too. Any Fab record that he doesn't. And then I got a cape. Then I got to put my cape on, and I'm here for another hour, and I'm tired at work
good
tomorrow.
Stuff. That's
Thank
good
you.
stuff. No, Pony.
Thank you for not
No,
saying
seriously,
that.
Pony. I was like, what the hell is this? And then, and you know what else is crazy about it too? The video made no motherfucking sense to me.
Of course not.
I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Of course not. Fire.
Now I did catch this though. I said, but he gyrating enough and got enough fine, good looking hair with his light skin ass that he might slip by with this shit. And everything else is everything after that.
You got one more, Lou?
You know what record I really didn't like? And it's not really fair because it wasn't an American record, but it was too fucking huge, and I hated it, and I was shocked at the impact it had.
Mm.
Gundam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Yo.
I was hoping.
Came out of nowhere.
I was hoping that we had a trifecta of a non-gimmick record.
And we got.
And we got one.
And we got it.
And we got one in the day. Because we could easily say who let the dogs out.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can just, we can easily say tag team, but that's fine. No, Gangnam Style was like Uptown Funk popular.
Exactly.
Like he's like, God damn, this thing is annoyingly big.
Wait, you know that's the first video on YouTube to hit 1 billion.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, it is, right? Yeah, it is.
That was
yeah.
like Uptown Funk big. He's like,
It was the kids. It was the kids.
you know,
Kids. You know how that go.
how you go.
It is what it is. So thank you.
We got it done?
We got it done.
Yeah, all right?
Thanks for coming to on this little journey we just had
It's definitely a journey.
of mountain highs and valley lows.
But you know what? You know what? I'm just gonna let him breathe. Let him breathe.
Mountain highs and valley
This
lows.
is industry rule number 4080.
Yeah.
Where qualitative content counts. I'm gonna say one quick thing. I promise I would say this. I want to get this right. Briella, Jasmine, Jada, Carlos, Dad, Mom, and Maria know I love you guys. I appreciate you in ways you have no understanding. I just want to make sure I said that because they've done some things that wouldn't allow me to be in the place I'm in if I didn't let them know that. So I wanted to say that. Anything you want to jam in there before I end it up?
Man, I just want to.
Well, can I give you a hint? Original franchise. Okay.
Original franchise, you know, my brand. That is my clothing brand, featuring the Golden Era collection, of which I'm wearing hat right now, Big Body Benz hat right here. You know, if you were around in the 90s, in their era, when they were outside and A&Ring and working, this car right here,
Uppercut.
this car right here was important. So
He in trouble for the next one.
the Symphony. But yeah.
Go on, I love
But we gotta
I love it.
check the site out, originalfranchise.com. I have a lot to offer. Every collection that I have has a different message and a different a different plateau that I'm trying to reach with every collection on there, and you'll see where I'm going with it as far as quote unquote culture when you go to the site, originalfranchise.com. Check me out.
All right. All right, so we're going to sign out there. And remember one last thing. Darkness and light cannot coexist. So if you have to choose to be the light. Talk to you soon.
That's it. We out.